all the back and forth stuff. The only thing we'll quit the back and forth stuff is when you put that money up.
Dude, 500 is nothing. That's okay. I said that all the way over there. I was like, oh, all right. But I thought you was talking about all the bikes. I'm like, God damn. Now I'm like, what's it gonna be, like a $10,000 pot? And everybody know me from most. Everybody know me.
What's the name of your squad?
Most Wanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all in.
All right.
I'm
asking. Yes, again.
Okay.
Yes, man. Hey, man, for the 10th time, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big Derek, Debo, was saying that Little Derek bikers go win and let's bet all this money or something like that. So Ronald was saying, okay, well, if you really, really believe in this dude, right? Lock up the money, that way you can't back out. You see what I'm saying? Then he's like, well, nah, I ain't gonna do all that. The problem is, these dudes aren't actual street racers. They just, believe in, if you got your bike out here right now, I got my bike out here, we can possibly do a race. But if you're trying to lock up some stuff for the future, they don't know about that. That's old school street racing. Because you don't want to be loading your car up and all this fuel and sneaking out 2 o'clock in the morning to do a race, and then the other dude never show up.
Exactly.
That's when you start looking like, something got to happen. You see what I'm saying? So, that's real street racing. But mini bikes, it ain't really on that type of level, though. You trying to get it on that level, but it ain't really on that level. This is Sunday, we arguing about this thing, right? Little Derek is out there with his bike on Manville, with it, ready to race for whoever come out there, right? Now, we like, okay, we're gonna do the race tomorrow, Monday, our own private race, not in front of everybody, right? He like, okay, all I have to do is take my bike over there to Daryl so he can look over my bike before the race. But your bike is already ready. You out there right now with your bike. The Daryl builds.
Yeah, we don't want to.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I'm going to say he's the fastest only because he's such a puny of a man. So no matter what he gets on, it's fast as it's dumb, retarded fast.
Allow me some real bread. Because we don't want to race him right now. I got to go to old school. I got to go old school on him. Yeah, we don't want to race him first. We at the bottom of the list, actually, like everybody done said.
If I say somebody at the bottom of the list, they gonna say, oh, he hating, and somebody might say
somebody Derek didn't knock off. Derek didn't knock him off.
He ain't got no races.
Huh?
He ain't got no races.
He ain't raced nobody?
My shit's supposed to be blown up, but I'm the only one ready with 2 bikes. I don't know how that's possible. I found out that, we all supposed to be ready with these bikes. AV guys, LA guys, whatever. But we actually waiting on Woody's bike to either be fixed, repaired, or upgraded. Or whatever it is going on with it. He's supposed to be waiting on Daryl, right? So once his bike or whatever the engine is done, then he go give Rafa the green light so he can defend his title. Once Daryl finished with Woody engine, whatever they supposed to be doing with it, I say the engine broke, right? Anybody know about street racing? If you can't start your bike up or you can't start up whatever and run right now, it's considered broke. They don't want to say anything that Daryl built never breaks, I guess, right? So that's pretty much how that goes, which I know is total bullshit, But I don't like to hate on the man, because I want to race him. Actually, I won't be racing him. I'll be racing one of his builds.
These is the baddest small blocks in the world right here, really. We'll challenge anybody with a small block.
I wasn't even going to be in no tournaments, no racing, street racing, no none of that, right? He came. He talked me into coming. Well, I already had moved back out here, but he started talking to me about racing and taking the street back over and all that. I'm like, okay, I guess we can go ahead and do it. The one build that I built, he was fast and he ended up selling his whole bike, But then again, nobody wanted to race him, They was talking about he was offering 10 bikes and all this stuff, and they still didn't want to race. I have my own bikes to race. I don't have to say, well, I built the engine for a guy that lives over in this city here. I can call him up, and that's like racing me. No. I got my own cars. Well, my own bike, and I race my own bike. Well, actually, I had to find a jockey. You know, so that's pretty much how it is now. You got to find a jockey up against their jockeys, and then you can do the damn race. All these supposed to be builders, right? They building all these engines or whatever, but you ain't never seen none of them come out. I don't know what's going on. These are local builders, so they're not really building for people like out of state like I used to. You know, they building engines that's right here in LA County or Orange County or San Bernardino County. Okay, now where are they? You know,
Solo, we want to see you out here at this race now, man. We want to see you at the race now, Solo.
We can't just say Solo. We got to actually say F&B mini bikes. Is it F&B mini bikes or F&B racing? F&B mini bikes. So you supposed to come out and represent your stuff, right? Y'all been in the background selling pipes and frames and saying that y'all engine builders and stuff all this time, but y'all never proving it to nobody. You know, you're never winning anything. If y'all supposed to be doing all this building and y'all been in the game for a while, because y'all been in the game for a while, right? But y'all have yet to win anything, you know, so y'all supposed to be fast. I guess y'all just trying to just go on y'all word or whatever. We need to see these bikes go fast, you know. I used to always tell Solo, which is Brian Franquez. I got to actually say his name on Facebook. Brian Franquez and his brother Frank Franquez, right? F&B, right? So these dudes used to always talk about how fast or whatever, how good of builders they was or whatever, but they were losing me every single time, right? And I'll be handicap racing these dudes, you know, literally handicap racing them, you know, and still beating them. So it's just how it is. But now they're supposed to be the man now, at least I heard. So I've been going for a while, and I really want to see how good they are. You know, I told them to get into these engine building competitions. They say that they go build something or got something in the works. For years, the stuff never comes out, right? Same thing with Daryl too, right? He's supposed to be the baddest engine builder, but you're the baddest because you're building 15-year-old dudes engines that don't know about engines, you know? This dude, 15, 16, he's like, oh my goodness, I'm going 80, 90 mile per hour. That's amazing. Yeah, but that's amazing only to a 15, 16-year-old kid, you know? When I'm telling you, okay, get in this competition with grown-ass men, everybody grown, and they've been building for years, right? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm finna build something or whatever. What happened? Oh man, I don't want to mess with those guys. I ain't never hear this dude straight bow down to these dudes and say that they actually better than him. You know. Then they turn around and lose to me, which he claiming he better than me, which don't make any sense. You know. So I'm like, yeah, these dudes ain't really that good, right? He like, well, man, they got their own dynos and mills and lathes and all this stuff, man. Look, I don't care if they graduated from MIT, right? They still get their ass whooped just like everybody else. At the engine part, I'm gonna have to see if this one is heavier than that.
Yes, heavy.
Shit, it don't feel like it.
Way heavy.
Feel it, pick it up. Let me see real quick. Shit.
What is it?
Pick it up in the middle. Okay. Now do this one the same way. Same as Xbox. Ah! Oh shit.
Got him!
Oh, right there. I want to tell you about that 212 class though. Yeah, everybody hit me up on IG if you want to run in the 212 class. Clutch Game, all the guys hit me up. Fast Lane. Can't think of all these dudes, but y'all hit me up on my IG. I'm running the pull start, pump gas, 212 class. Stock bore, and I'll give you the rest of the information. That's the event I used to run all the time. It's a way fun class. It's run really, you can do whatever you want besides put a bigger piston in the motor. But just hit me up and I'll give you all the rules.
I always wondered, right? I had this bike for the longest, right? This is a regular Joe frame that was stretched, and then I had it widened, right? And I always wondered why the little dudes always claiming they have all this horsepower, but they don't even have a live axle, right? So we say, okay, well, how come they're not even bending the 5/8 bolt, right? Let me
Get my gas.
He said don't show his bike. I can't even show his bike. Yeah. Okay, look. Show this one here. You see that bolt? That's a 5/8 axle bolt. That's what most of the dudes, actually that's about like what 99% of the mini bikes ride right there. Even the fast ones that's supposed to be going 90 plus, they only have that little bolt. And I'll be wondering, okay, if you're making all this horsepower and torque, how come you can't even bend in the bolt? Right? I know we've been surpassed that many years ago. So, okay, they got regular length frame. Their bikes ain't losing control. They not bending the axle. So we like, okay, how come they not doing the same things that we doing? Because they're not making the same power. It's just plain and simple, right? Now, on this one here, I'm running a 4-disc. This is an old Tomar clutch I used to have right here, right? This is a 4-disc Tomar, and an upgraded version would be like a 4-disc Bully, right? But the only reason why I run 4-disc is because 4-disc can handle more power than a 3-disc, and then a 3-disc more than a 2-disc, and a 2 more than a 1, right? On this one, actually, because this one makes a lot of power here, this takes a 4-disc. This is a 4-disc Bully. I actually used to have a 4-disc Bully for that one as well, but it's sitting on the shelf over there, right? So this is that's a 4-disc Tomar. This is a 4-disc Bully. And I forgot the name of this one, but this one take all the Bully parts, but it has different levers, right? But I made this one into a 5-disc, you know? That way it can handle more power without warping, because this engine is so much bigger and making a lot more power, you know? So that's the difference. And even with that being a 4, it still may overheat. I mean a 5, it still may overheat and smoke a little bit or whatever, but you're really not supposed to just sit there and bang the clutch. You're really not supposed to, but you know, we just testing the stall out, you know, see where it's hitting that on the stall, you know? But it's not really a good thing. It always usually make your clutch overheat, you know? These are all karting clutches. You're supposed to hit and just keep on rolling, you know, really. But we're using them in drag race, and some of these dudes are using torque converters. You know, the new torque converters, they're adjustable just as well. And these have custom springs in there. If you look at you probably don't know about the wire diameter, but this one has a slightly thicker wire diameter than those two. Those are 100 thousandths wire. I think this is like a 105 custom. And that allows me to get only, I think, 500 more stall than those. Other than that, they're pretty much the same thing, you know. So I got these bikes and all of them is running. I just, haven't messed with it in a while. That's all, you know. But in the tournament, it should be good, and I'm pretty much gonna take my small blocks. You know, I don't really have no jockeys really. You know, I just got the 2 bikes, but I'm hoping to have a couple of dudes to ride my bikes for me. And soon it's gonna probably be a big block event, and then it's gonna be a gas or pull start event, and the racing is just spreading, you know. So right now, shit, I'm just burning up really out here. Yeah, but
And if anybody want a grudge race, tell them. Hit us up, let us know. If anybody want a grudge race, hit us up, let us know. Before the event.